Hi, this is Roger from PistolSnipe.com, and on this video I'm going to talk about some of the training aids I use, and this is on Glock firearms, Glock magazines. It's a little bit of an overlap here, I guess, which you can use on some other firearms as well. But with the Glock, you have the option of taking the base plate off the magazine, and you can buy some colored base plates. Well, that lets you identify magazines easily, and in the case of what I'm doing, it's just kind of hope to make sure you never ever take a training magazine and put it in a weapon and think that it's live. Now there may be live rounds in there, but there may be dummy rounds as well, so we don't want to do that. Now here we've got some Glock magazines. These are for Glock 17 9mm, and these are the older style magazines, which you can tell from this kind of rounded loop here in the back. The newer ones have a square in the back, and this first one over here actually is so old. Yeah, how old is it? So old it does not even have this little notch here where the kind of a stub from an inside piece of plastic that this one doesn't even have would stick through and lock. And you can see that here. I put this blue training mag base plate on it, and it doesn't have the little, you can actually see the spring through there because it doesn't have the little pin that kind of locks it in place. A little bit harder to get off. The way you take these off is there's a notch. You can kind of see that notch there. You have to squeeze the mag to unlock the notch and then press against a surface. With me, it takes a channel lock is easier, but I'm afraid of breaking something. Push real hard or squeeze real hard and then push it against a hard surface, and there you have it. It flies apart. Probably should have. I didn't really mean to take it all the way off. I think it popped off. And then I've got it back together. You can see how it slides. But the newer ones have a kind of inside piece of plastic there with a locking pin. Now I thought since some of these older ones that I have have actually cracked on the back, I thought, why not just go ahead and use these for training instead of even using them for practice. I definitely wouldn't want to use a mag this old in a gun that I was using for self-defense or something. The only reason I have them is because of that stupid, idiotic Brady law of years ago, where you couldn't get a high-capacity magazine unless you got it with a used gun or paid an outrageous sum of money. Like anywhere from $70 to $100, people were charging for pre-banned magazines. So thankfully that expired, and we can buy them now for $19.99 or maybe $24.99 depending. But I'm loading snap caps in this one with the blue base plate, and a snap cap is something that's designed, it has a spring inside, otherwise it's got a faux or fake primer, and the purpose of that is to absorb the shock from the firing pin so that you can repeatedly dry fire without damaging the weapon in any way. And if you have a gun that either they don't allow dry firing at all, the manufacturer doesn't recommend it at all, you definitely want a snap cap. Or if you even have a firearm that dry firing is allowed, they usually say anything excessive, which that varies. Anything excessive, you want to use a snap cap. So for training purposes, you can use a snap cap. Now these are also inert rounds or dummy rounds, but these do not have a snap cap in them, so this is not going to protect your firing pin, but it is a training round. And in this case, I like these steel ones. They have all plastic ones as well, but the steel ones are going to hold up a lot better to the extractor especially, and even the ejector, I guess, to some degree. The plastic ones sometimes wear out pretty quickly, and this has a metal case, so it's going to hold up a lot better. But I will show you on the newer style that do have this, and this is still the old style magazine. This is like, I guess, maybe very, very generation 1 or generation 0, whatever it is. I won't talk about drop-free versus non-drop-free. That's, I guess, a whole nother topic. There's a method to the madness on drop-free versus non-drop-free. But anyway, these are old magazines, but with the newer style, you can just take either a Glock armor tool, or this is just a punch, and stick it in here and squeeze, much as you would on the other one. Try to squeeze the sides and just bury the punch in there and just pop it loose. But then as you start to take it off, put your finger there, and so the spring doesn't go flying. And then you're going to have to dig back out the piece here that goes on the bottom. You want to make sure that tab is going to be on the outside. Hopefully you can see that with my thumbs in the way. Take this training base plate, or this orange base plate, or any one, however, whatever we put it on there, and slide it on, and then you can see that that pin should then pop into the base plate. And that makes it real easy, but you can see the difference in the older base plates here. One has the hole, one does not. But again, this is just on Glock Magazines, but one of the things I really like about Glock, and I've got an article on my website, pistolsnipe.com, about why I like Glocks, and this is one of the reasons. Now these are dummy inert rounds. Now what I use these for, the orange base plate, the blue base plates, I never put any live ammo in. It's always going to be inert or a snap cap or something like that. And what you can practice is just a number of different things. You can either just use snap caps and then rack the slide each time and put a new snap cap in, or you can use any kind of inert round, and maybe you're just practicing clearing the chamber of maybe a malfunction or something like that, practicing cycling the slide. You might want to have maybe different methods and different circumstances of cycling. It's just a way of training. But with the orange bottom, to me that signifies that there is live ammo in there. And with the live ammo, there may or may not be a training round. So as you can see, the orange, it still indicates that there's live ammo, but you do not want to use this in a carry gun of any kind, because there could be an inert round of some kind or another in there. So hopefully that was helpful. I will have a link in the description of the video, maybe an annotation on the screen, so you can click and go to the website, pistolsnipe.com, and check out a little bit more information about these training magazines, the way I've set them up, how I use them, and links to pick up this stuff if you want to. It's pretty inexpensive, and the training, you can never train too much. The training rounds and the snap caps can be very, very valuable. I've got some other videos as part of the IFR4X pistol shooting accuratizer system, and probably a few on this channel as well, where we do some training drills and we use these. So to be on the lookout for those. So please give the video a like if it's been helpful, and subscribe to our channel. Head to my website, pistolsnipe.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.